everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for today's tutorial. And today I'm going to do a tutorial on something that looks like this. I saw this picture on the Real Techniques Instagram page and I was like, ugh, I have to recreate this. This is so beautiful. It's so my style. I'm loving this and I just wanted to do something similar. I went ahead and looked for the artist that made this look, that achieved this look. Her name is listed down below in the comment box. Anyway, I wanted to do something really similar, but not exactly the same. So as you can see in this picture right here, the makeup artist used a lot of purples and some teal, blue, something in the inner corner. I'm going to use different colors. I'm going to use a lot of reds and burgundy colors paired with some neon green. So I hope you like it, and let's jump into it, shall we? Okay, so now that my hair is out of the way, we can go ahead and jump into the makeup. Since today's makeup is more of a smoky, colorful, and let's be honest, fallout prone makeup look, I'm going to start with the eyes and later on do my face. To get this makeup look going, I'm going to start with this NYX eyeshadow base, and I'm going to use this to prep my lids and just even them out. So I'm just taking a little bit on my brush and apply it on my lids. For me, I feel it's important to concentrate the most product right here near the inner tear duct because this is where I have the most veins and discoloration. So this is where I need the most coverage. To set that eye base, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock It Translucent Powder. Just use a small amount. And with a fluffy brush, dust it all over the lid. Of course, I'm making sure I go over all the areas I concentrated the product on. Making sure that it's not tacky. And we're good to go. Before I start doing any eyeshadow work, I feel that I really need to do my brows first. I feel that they are the frames of our eyes, and since mine are, let's face it, not the same, if they don't look relatively the same, I can't do my makeup. So I'm gonna do that first, and I'm using this Morphe Micro Brow Pencil and this Maybelline Tattoo. You've seen me use this before, so you don't need any explanations, right? Okay. I think they look relatively the same. I kind of accepted the idea of not having identical brows and I'm fine with it. Okay, so I've decided to go again with my NYX eyeshadow base and I'm going to prime my lower lash line because I am going to go pretty heavy here and I don't want to wait till I do my foundation and my concealer. I'm pretty excited to get this makeup going, so I'm going to do that real fast. Being careful not to go over where I already powdered. Tapping it with my fingers, and then I'm going to use again the Lock It Translucent Powder to lock that in place. Okay, so now that we're ready, I'm going to dive into this beautiful burgundy shade named, well, it's Cognac shade by Il Makiage with the flat and dense brush. I'm going to tap it like this and I'm going to continue my lower lash line, just like that. Now, what I like about that look is that the most pigment, the most payoff is concentrated right here, and everything is elevated. It's like the makeup artist swept, I don't know, sweep, whatever, all the pigment, all the eyeshadow upwards, and it makes it so beautiful, so lifted, the entire look. So I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna concentrate a little bit more pigment right here, and then I'm gonna start sweeping or swiping. I'm gonna take a brush that is just a little bit more fluffy, but it's still manageable. I can still control where I apply the eyeshadow and how. So I'm taking a little bit more on the brush, but just on the tip of it. And I'm going to sweep it upwards. Next, I'm going to take this Poppy eyeshadow by Makeup Geek that I'm in love with, and with the same brush that I used before, I'm going to do that mixing of shades. Let me just show you. Like that. And if you haven't seen my other videos, you should. And if you did, you already know that I love blending the eyeshadows, not only on the eyelid itself, but also on the brush. So I'm dipping into both of the eyeshadows, and then look how seamless it looks already. Now that I see that it's totally seamless, it looks totally blended, I can take only Poppy with the same brush and intensify that corally orangey shade. And you see how I move the brush. I'm actually sweeping my eyelid with it. Just like that. This would also make sure that you don't have too much powder, that you don't have too much eyeshadow on your eyelid, so that it will just go everywhere. And if you want your makeup to last long and your eyeshadows to not move throughout the entire night, don't use too much, or just do this and make sure it's not over cakey and not overloaded. You know what I mean? Now I think I want to deepen and darken this outer portion right here. So I'm gonna take a different eyeshadow. This one called Whiskey from the Naked Smoky palette. And with the small brush, I'm just gonna tap. So I'm basically just tapping it on the outer portion of the top lash line and doing a small V with that, not too intense. And I'm also going to blend that with that cognac shade. So again, taking that cognac and making sure it's blended and not too harsh. So for the center of my lids, I want to try something different. I'm going to use the same eyeshadow Poppy, and on top of that I'm going to add this beautiful eyeshadow by MAC, Dreamy Beams. Now, if you recall in the original makeup look, her inner tear duct was entirely different, and this is exactly what I'm going to do here because I think it's fabulous. So this eyeshadow I'm going to take up to here maybe, but I'm refraining from getting in this area. I'm also gonna add a little bit right here to soften the edges of that cognac shade. And now that I barely have anything left on my brush, I'm going to sweep all over because I want everything to be colorful, blended, seamless, and fabulous. I'm also going to deepen a little bit that cognac shade. I really want to have that gradient from darker to lighter red. Now let's see what happens when I take that Magic Beams on my finger and just tap it on the center of my lid. What do you think? I think it works really nice. And now for the inner corner, I'm going to use this Pixie Dust, also by Makeup Geek, and I'm going to use it with a tiny brush to be very precise. I want to really wrap my inner corner right here. Let's see. Okay, so I feel it has a lot of potential, but I just can't finish and see how it looks if I don't have the rest of my face. So let me do the other eye real fast. I'll do some lashes, some mascara, and I'll be right back. Change my mind. I'm gonna do the foundation, bronzing, all of that, and then I'm gonna finish my eyes. I don't want to do any mascaras for now because I might want to tweak something, so let's get on with my face. I already prepped and moisturized my face, and I'm using these Tree of Life Ultimate Eyebrow Gel and Tree of Life Ultimate Beauty Cream. This is a new brand that I am getting to know right now. A friend of mine recommended it, and so far, brilliant. So let's move on to foundation. I got these Radiant Defense Perfecting Liquid samples that I'm dying to try. First of all, it's suitable for all skin types, which is always very intriguing since we all have such differences in our skin, so one product fits all. It's kind of fishy for me, but let's give it a try. And use as the finishing step to your AM regimen, okay? So it smooths the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, always a good thing. Visibly even out complexion, minimize the look of redness, and what is this word? Comedogenic and non-acnogenic. Okay, so let's pop this outside of this kind of, I don't know, holder. Okay, nice, huh? Yeah, a lot of product got out, but that's okay. Hopefully we have enough. So I think that I am somewhere around maybe this shade. I'm gonna try this one. So someone I know sent this to me, and this is too light. Maybe not. So she said it's the lightest, most perfecting foundation that I will ever try. So expectations are high. Obviously, this won't be a review tutorial because I need to play around with it. I need to wear it all day to see how it holds. But I just wanted to share with you that I got this foundation and I'm gonna try it out. Okay, I think I applied too much because I'm already out of any product here. I mean, I have a little bit more, but it's for sure not enough for a full face. And why would they send an amount that is not equivalent to one use, you know? So I might have used too much on that side. It's okay. I'm just trying to pick up some product and move it around. Okay, so first impression is that this foundation is a bit, I don't know, weird. I kind of feel it on my skin. It's like something very watery and very liquidy that does not absorb into my skin, but maybe it's just a matter of, you know, I need to let it sit for another few minutes. For now, I'm just enjoying bouncing the brush on my face. We'll see what happens in a few minutes. The weird thing is that I prepped my skin and I moisturized like an hour ago, so I wouldn't expect a foundation to be this liquidy, this watery on my skin, but I think it's getting set. I think it's getting better. I have to say it's quite nice. The finish is really natural and feels like, it looks like I don't have much on. We'll see in a few minutes how well it sets into my skin, but I mean, I'm loving the finish. I'm not crazy about the texture because it is very liquidy, but let's see what happens. If we're already trying new things, I thought I will try another shade, one of the darker shades for a bronzer. I think I'm going to go with, this one maybe? I hope it's not too dark for me. I don't think so. Shade-wise, I like it. Again, I don't know why it looks so orange in the monitor. Yeah, but this shade looks good. Regardless, I think I'll add some powder bronzer because this liquid formulation doesn't do it for me. Okay, I think this looks nice. I'm gonna hold off with any powder. I want to let it sit, so I'm gonna go on to concealer, and I'm using this Clinique Beyond Perfecting Super Concealer in number 14. Just going to pop a little bit on the back of my hand. And with a flat brush, pick a little bit up and apply it. I'm going to take a different concealer. This one is by MAC. I'm going to use this color right here, and I'm going to chisel and just sharpen that eyeshadow here. That would also help with the lifting effect that I'm looking for. Okay, I think I'm ready for some powder. I don't necessarily think my foundation is ready for powder, but I am. To be honest, I don't know. I have to test it more and I have to walk around with it and see how it lasts on my skin. But I don't see this working on an oily textured skin. I mean, I feel it's very dewy. I don't see how it works on oily skin, but I don't know. First, I'm gonna go with this Smashbox palette to powder bronze my face, where I applied the darker foundation, and I'm using this bronze shade right here on a fluffy brush, just going wherever I apply that darker foundation. And you know I love to bronze the center of my nose as well. And to powder the rest of my face, I'm going to use this MAC Medium Plus Mineralized Skinfinish powder. Just because I feel really dewy, and though I love dewiness and I love to feel my skin glowing, it might be too much. So I'm just easily and swiftly dusting some powder on my face, and that's it. Okay, let's finish these eyes, shall we? I think I want to add a little bit more of that poppy shade right here. So let me just go ahead and do that once I find my brush. Here it is. Just taking some poppy and applying it right here. Lashes and mascara are on, and I just love these lashes, don't you? I mean, look at this. This is so fluffy and natural and eye-opening kind of lashes. These are by the Salon Perfect, and this is the Be Natural multi-pack. And as you can see, they're really fluffy, natural, gorgeous. Let me zoom you in so you can really see how it looks. I mean, look at that. Now that I'm done admiring myself with these lashes, I'm going to take my Inglot Kohl pencil in black, and I'm going to outline my top and bottom waterlines. This look is all about being smoky and colorful, so I'm making sure the area that are actual close to the eyeball itself are really dark. So it's important for me to really tight line wherever I can get to. So like right here. A few more touch-ups around the eyes. I'm going to intensify that pixie dust I have here. And I'm also going to take the bronzer that we used before, this one, with a small fluffy brush, let's say this one, and I'm going to run it in my lower lash line to blend that cognac and make it more seamless. For blush, I'm going to use this Jouer palette, and I'm going to mix these two shades together, the Peach Quartz and the Kiss Me. I'm just mixing these two and apply them gently on the apples of my cheeks, upwards and a little inwards as well. For lips, I'm going first with this Essence lip liner in number 11 in the nude, which is in the nude, you know, just the perfect nude color. top of that, I'm going to use my Mousse Tab palette that I love, and I'm going to mix, I think, let me just hold it this way so a bit less embarrassing. I think I'm going to mix this really nude shade with a little bit of this red, just to add something. Okay, so let me take a little bit of that and a tiny bit of that. Place it on the palette and see what it gives us. Yeah, I think we got a nice nudie lipstick. Let me just move it onto a brush and apply it on my lips. To finish this off, I'm going to use again this Smashbox palette, but this time I'm going to use this highlighter right here, which is nice, golden, beautiful, shimmery, well, not too much, just little shimmery highlighter, and just add some highlighter on the high points of my face. Top of my cheekbones, nose bridge, tip of the nose, and above my eyebrows. Gives me a beautiful subtle glow that I love. This is it. This is the finished look. I really enjoyed doing this makeup, sitting here talking to you guys. I think it turned out really great, really smoky and different and colorful. I just love it. I hope you guys did too. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and as always, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it and it means a lot to me. I'll see you again next Friday at 10 a.m. Until then, stay safe and what else? Nothing. I love you. Thank you. Bye.